This is the season of joy. We get together with family and friends we haven't seen. We embrace them. We celebrate their presence. And we recall those who are not with us, who are not sitting at the table, not sending us notes. After my mom died, I had such a long conversation with her by phone that I felt wrongly that virtual connection allowed me to still reach out for her. And I had to catch myself when I thought to do that. I've since found a lot of people feel that way. But it's also a time of the living. You know, we watch and remember our children, our parents, our good friends, our work associates. It brings us all together, and we decorate trees and send cards to one another, and we think about it. So I thought I'd put together a little note, video note, which is for all of us, for the adults. And for those youngins who may not have heard the poem, "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," I thought a reading of that might be good. Certainly the way a parent or adult looks at it and the way a child looks at it of a certain age are two different things. But it sort of stokes those things that are still remembered of those wonderful times when we were young and saw others read that poem and talk about that poem, and so why shouldn't this generation of children hear it as well? So those parents who haven't read to their children, I've taken the weight off you, and you can let them hear my reading of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." As it is right now, 'twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eye should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my hand and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old fellow, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the town of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night."